This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist Evan Thomason.
And welcome to the First Alert Weather Breakdown on this Friday morning. I am meteorologist CJ Cartledge, filling in for Evan Thomason this morning, taking some well-deserved time off since he picked up for me on this past Saturday here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he was on air this past Saturday as I took some time off. So, Evan, if you're out there listening, thank you so much. And I'm glad to be on here on the First Alert Weather Breakdown for today to talk to you guys about the weather that is on the way and the topics that we have for you on the show today. Now, I'm going to switch it over to me. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm meteorologist CJ Cartledge here. I didn't get a chance to put up the supers just yet here, but today we have some topics for you. We're going to be talking about this weekend's weather, which was going to be similar to how we saw for this sky camera here, as you can see here, but I'm going to put myself down in the bottom right-hand corner just so you guys can see it again. Beautiful blue skies are expected across the region here for today. Actually, I'm going to do this just instead since the station bug is still right there. So blue skies and sunny conditions through the day today, and actually through the start of this weekend coming up, as you can see here. But we're also going to be talking about the rain chances that are expected to rise as we move into our next work week, as well as on Sunday afternoon. Our next big cold front arrives on Monday, and we're also going to be talking about a Met Chat. We're going to be trying to debunk some weather myths that some people may be talking about out there. Some things you may have heard in terms of weather myths, like for example, one of them, sneak peek into the weather chat that you'll be seeing just after the next break that will be occurring here, is that you're safe under maybe an overpass during a severe weather situation, which is not true. But we'll be explaining all those details coming up later on in the show. Here's another quick look at what we can expect through the day today. Sunny skies all around the region, as you can see here. I'm going to try my best to move this station bug out of the way. Please bear with me here. But if I cannot, I will just keep on moving. So we're going to keep on moving. Okay, so we're going to do a full screen here with the graphics, and we're going to start with today's forecast. As you can see here, through the day today, we can expect sunny and calm conditions around the Arklatex. Temperatures started out in the 40s and 30s for some of us around the region here. And yes, it was definitely pretty chilly. I see somebody in the YouTube chat said good morning. Good morning to you as well, Nana T. Glad to see you here in the chat responding on this Friday morning. But back to the forecast, we can expect these temperatures to rise pretty quickly through the morning hours, well into the 70s across the area. Some of us may not even reach out of the 60s for today. And this is most likely going to be our extreme north and western corner of the region. As you can see, for highs today, we'll be ranging from those upper 60s up into the mid 70s across the region. This is mainly due to the cold front. This is cooler than usual than what we would be seeing for not for this time of year, but what we have been seeing for the past few weeks. And as you may notice, these temperatures will continue to decrease as we reach more into the fall season and get closer to the winter season. So temperatures around the area. 73 for Mansfield and Manny, 74 for Coshada, 74 in Natchitoches. I just realized I have not started the stream on the website, so I apologize for that for everybody that is just now tuning in. Hello, happy Friday. I'm meteorologist CJ Cartledge filling in for Evan Thomason. But we're going to get right back to the forecast. 74 Ruston, 71 near Minden and Homer, 75 for Shreveport, 73 in Longview, 72 for Mount Pleasant, 69s for Idabel and DeQueen for today. As we look into our weekend, we can expect these calm and quiet conditions to continue here for our Saturday, as well as most of our Sunday. We could possibly see a few more clouds roll in, and the southerly flow will bring about some increase in those rain chances here, which I will be talking about here with the pretty much the overview, the upper level pattern here, just a second, right after this future track. As you can see here with future track, nothing much is really expected to go on through the daytime hours, as you can see, and will be mainly quiet. Not too many clouds will be rolling through, but as this high pressure moves off to the east, we'll experience southerly flow, and that will bring back the humidity that we have been seeing or have been feeling throughout the past few weeks or so. And this will continue through the rest of the day on Saturday with some slight humidity, but it will expected to rise a little bit higher as we move into our Sunday, as you can see, with the chance for a stray shower or two, most likely in our western half of the Arklatex region here, as you can see, starting to build up and starting to form here on the western side of the Arklatex, mainly in East Texas, and some may meander over into northwest Louisiana and southwestern Arkansas, but our far easternmost zones aren't expected to receive much through this weekend, if any at all. Maybe a little bit of some cloud cover, but most areas will be remaining mostly dry. As you can see by our next weather maker, this is our next big cold front that is expected to move through the region and bring us much cooler air here in the Arklatex. Here are the details of it. It's supposed to bring a quick round of storms. It's not supposed to be uh, bring a lot of rain necessarily for the region. With the rainfall potential that I will show you in a second, not much is really showing on up on that for the potential. But also the severe threat looks pretty low, which is definitely a good sign. Nobody likes severe weather. We may like to forecast it, some of us here at KSLA, but it is best that we keep that severe threat out of our area, out of the Arklatex, and out of our hair, and out of the worries of many of you guys listening here. And colder air seems to lag behind for a few days after the front actually moves through. So once the front moves through on Monday, we won't be feeling that cooler air until possibly Wednesday, maybe even as late as Thursday. And as you can see, the high pressure will be moving off to our east, as said before earlier when I was showing you future track. And as you can see by the clockwise motion that the high pressure system has, that will be influencing winds to be coming out of the south, and that humidity and the rain chances to rise mainly because of the humidity coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. And as you can see, this will look to continue to move off to the east, and that cold front will start to move through, not associated with that cold blast there. Just before the cold blast, that is when the upper level trough will start to move into the region. As you can see, that slant here, or the upside down, or the smiley faces, I should say, not upside down smiley face, but the smiley face just below that cold blast. That is a cold front that will be moving through, and the cold blast will start to sink into the region as we move into our Wednesday and beyond here. So, future track temperatures, just to give you guys a quick picture of what we can expect in terms of temperature changes wise. And future track shows that temperatures will lower down into the 50s for Tuesday morning. And as we move into Tuesday afternoon, we can expect those highs to be a little bit lower than what we saw for Monday, down to the upper 60s and lower 70s. Wednesday seems to be a little bit cooler, similar to how we saw for today. Maybe a lot of 40s across the region, but those highs won't be rising much ahead of those lows that what you saw for Thursday. And as you can see, it looks to be pretty frigid moving into our Thursday morning. Rainfall potential, not much here, and it's not going to be affecting drought conditions much, but drought conditions have changed since the last update, which was yesterday. So that is definitely a good sign. The severe risk stays out of our area, fortunately, over in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, dealing with a slight risk of severe weather. But make sure to stay weather aware through the weekend, where I'll be talking about the severe risk through the rest of this weekend and the updated severe risk as we get closer in time. Here's our 7-day forecast. We're going to be moving on pretty quickly because I want to show you guys the Met chat and be able to wrap before 11 o'clock here. 7-day forecast shows a 75 as a high for today. And as we move into our Saturday, similar conditions are expected, mainly in the 70s for highs. And as we move into Sunday, slight rain chances are expected across the western half of the Arklatex, actually. And our big cold front looks to be moving in on Monday. Whether this will be updated to a first alert weather day is uncertain as of right now. But once again, make sure to stay first aware and first alert. No severe weather, or a low chance of severe weather is expected. It's not really much of a substantial chance, but make sure once again to stay weather aware. as we move into our Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, we can start to feel the effects of this cold front, especially on Wednesday and Thursday, as highs may dip down into the 50s. Yes, I said the 50s for our Thursday. Maybe even see some 30s out there waking up on Thursday morning here. So definitely something to look forward to. Cooler weather is ahead, not much severe weather. Almost seems like the perfect situation for what's about to occur here. So, definitely something to look forward to. Make sure to bring the umbrellas out if you're going out and about for Sunday, as well as Monday afternoon. That's pretty much the time frame of when this front will be moving through. So, make sure to be prepared for that. I will be going through a break right now. And after the break, you can tune into our meteorologist chat, which is about 15, 16 minutes of us talking about and debunking weather myths that you may have heard or you may hear in the future. So make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll be back right after this quick break.
Something strange in the Arcliptex. Who are you gonna call?
Oh,
KSLA. Hey. All right, so that might have been a little far fetched. We're not the Ghostbusters here, but today we're myth busting. Mythbusters are pretty cool and it's pretty similar to Ghostbusters. Not gonna lie. I don't know if you watched that show growing up on the Discovery Channel. That was like early 2000s show as well. That was a I don't know, any of y'all watch Mythbusters growing up? Matt, I know that's a little more
I've
your era.
yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Watched it
No, I'm kidding.
religiously.
Yeah, I watched it.
Big fan of Mythbusters. I've met Adam Savage.
Oh.
And someone just gave me a thumbs down.
I didn't. I didn't even know you could do
But,
that.
Someone gave you a
well,
thumbs
it
down.
popped up over my little camera, so it was like at me, or at least it felt like it. But yeah, big fan of that show. Big contributor to the way that I think and the way that I like to think about things, and solve problems. So yeah, big fan of that show.
Cool.
Matt, you were saying real quick? I forgot what you said real quick about your.
Oh, nothing. I used to watch it too. That was it.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. So yes. Anyways, welcome to our Met chat. I haven't even introduced everybody. I had the Ghostbusters jingle in my head and skipped over that. Anyways, welcome to our Met chat. This is where all four KSLA and First Alert meteorologists are here at one point in time. We have myself, Evan Thomason. We have CJ Cartledge. We have Matt Jones, Chief, and Austin Evans as well. So yeah, we're doing this. Also recording this on a Thursday instead of our usual Tuesday because sometimes things work out that way. But anyways, all of us are finally here in one place. Yeah. Hope you guys. I know you guys are listening to this on Friday. Happy Friday to you. Anyways, yes, today will be myth busting, some typical weather myths. We're continuing kind of our severe weather coverage. We have another front coming through on this coming Monday, I believe. Watch out for that. We'll have details on that somewhere else. But anyways, we want to help kind of bust some typical weather myths that people might believe out there. One that can come to the top of my mind is, for example, my car and my vehicle are safe driving through floodwaters, for example. Yes, and everybody shakes their head no, and at least the four of us have seen that too many times in the news. So yes, we're gonna break down myths like that, and I will go ahead and say, if anybody wants to go ahead and take and disprove that myth really quickly, go ahead and be my guest.
I mean,
Can't.
go ahead, CJ.
In most cases, you can. That's all I wanted to say. But go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. Maybe Austin, you might know this. Or is it a foot of water? I think it's a foot of water that can float a vehicle. Is that true? A foot of moving water?
It don't
I
take
believe it's like
much.
6 inches.
It doesn't take much.
Take much.
Yeah.
Whether it's 6 inches or a foot, and that's the thing. You're not going to be out there with a tape measure measuring how deep that water is. And water over the roads, it ain't going to be see-through. It's going to be murky. You're not going to know how deep it is.
Yep.
And that's why we always say don't drive through flooded waters. It don't matter how big your truck is.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter how many wheels you got. It don't matter how heavy your vehicle is, to a certain extent. They Rushing waters will drag it wherever it wants to, and you will have to go along with the ride, whether you like it or not. So that's why we always say, and that's why I've always been a little harsh in my language discussing driving through floodwaters, because it is a reckless, irresponsible, just unintelligent idea. If you
Yeah.
do it, you're not a smart person.
And you don't know how deep, like you said, but another thing is, you don't even know if the road's still there, because a lot of times the road's been washed away entirely. And so if you think it's just a little narrow stream going over the road, there might not be anything, there might not even be a road underneath that water. So,
Or what could be in that water? Houses, cars, trees, people.
crocodile or alligators, I guess, in this area, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
around here, yeah, alligators, not crocodiles.
Yeah, no, crocodiles are
We've had
saltwater,
a
right?
breach at
Yeah.
a zoo if that happens, but
Yeah.
but alligators. I saw a map yesterday. Apparently, Louisiana is home to the most alligators in the country.
I believe it.
Which makes sense.
Yep.
So yeah. Around here, you got to worry about that. You got to worry about water dinosaurs coming at you. So not only is the floodwaters dangerous, what lives in them is too.
Yeah, and no matter how deep the water is, the water can get under your tires and make you lose control, which is called hydroplaning, which many of you may know from driving school. If you do remember driving school, they teach you about hydroplaning.
Or if you had it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Yeah. So yes, hydroplaning is another big issue with driving through floodwaters, if not the biggest issue.
Yep.
All right, next myth to get onto real quick. I am safe from a tornado if I park my car under an underpass.
Well, now I think we discussed this last week.
Yeah, but, so we can briefly go into it. We can briefly go into
No.
it, but there we go. All right.
That's bad juju right there. Well, yeah, like we said, there was a case in the '90s where someone saved
Everyone's seen
themselves
it.
by doing it, and then everyone thought it was a good idea. It's not. That one anecdotal piece of evidence does not provide enough for a theory. So yeah, bad stuff. And someone else can get into the science of it, but it's not a good idea. It can mess you up real fast. We got a tube
have a
out.
quick
We got a
experiment.
tube out.
So, say for instance, you're just blowing air from your mouth, right? Do you think the air blows faster when you're just blowing through in free air, or does it blow faster like this? Same thing in the overpass. If you're in the overpass in this area, the wind blows faster than if you were out in the middle of nowhere with no protection over your head. So that's why it's more dangerous. Winds are faster, can pick you up and pick you off with the tornado. So yeah.
Yep.
And maybe a more everyday example, you go downtown. Actually, today's a great day to do it. It's a bit windy out there. Go downtown, and go like to the corners of buildings and walk past the corner. See if you get hit by wind, because buildings also shear the wind in very similar ways. That's something that we've all experience, whether at college or walking in a metropolitan area. Buildings can shear the wind, and it's very similar to what overpasses do.
Hmm.
All right, next myth, real quick. It has to deal with lightning. Kind of my last two myths I want to go over. Both actually have to do with lightning. This one says it's not raining on top of me. There's no clouds that I see right above me. I must be safe from lightning, even though there's some storms nearby.
Nope, that is not true because, as we all know, lightning can strike up to 20 miles. You okay, Austin?
Oh, well, no, the audio, everyone's audio just dropped out for some reason, and I
Oh.
don't know why. It's back
so-
now.
So basically, you know, when thunder roars, go indoors, as we always say. So if you can hear that thunder, even if it's not raining, if you hear any sort of distant thunder, you're close enough to be struck, because there are plenty of cases of lightning striking up to, you know, I think 15, 20 miles outside of the rain zone. And I've even seen pictures, you know, of you see a big, you know, cumulonimbus cloud in the distance, and you see that lightning kind of going out of the side and striking quite a distance away. So yeah, I mean, if there's a thunderstorm even within your vision, in your distance, you hear that thunder, yeah, you can get struck.
That is true.
That pretty much, right? There ain't much else to add to that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got 2 minutes probably to go over this last one. Last myth to bust is, well, I am under a canopy outside, and it's definitely storming outside, but hey, I found some shelter just under this, you know, little overhang canopy. I'm safe from the lightning. I'm all good.
Nah, not
That's
really.
that's a gamble there, buddy.
Sure.
It depends on what if that canopy is metal. I wouldn't want to be under it.
Yeah,
um,
and you know, lightning strikes the tallest object, so typically.
You're just asking to be, I guess, to
laying
have
it
a
up
chance.
against the pole, holding it up. Nothing can hurt me.
I'm dry.
then-
Hey.
Especially
I guess the
that.
answer is
and then
no.
Yeah.
and then you feel what the surface of the sun feels like.
Yeah,
And then you go to the hospital.
hopefully I
Mm,
never experienced that.
The answer to all four of those are no. Period. All right. Just keep yourself safe. Be on the safe side of things again. All right. Lightning. I mean, you almost treat that. Just go indoors. It's the safe things to do, especially even to stay away from windows. I think with that as well. So because sometimes it can usually sometimes in rare occasions it causes the glass to break.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and we've all heard, and it's not to actually all the myths that we discussed can put people in very severe danger. We've also heard, like, don't take a shower while it's storming. Not a good idea, but the odds of anything happening are very low.
Extremely slim. Yeah.
mhm.
Like being on the phone or anything like that. Again, the odds are very, like, your phone lines will melt before it reaches your head.
And who has a
I
landline
do-
anyway anymore?
Yeah, exactly. And I do recommend unplugging. Like, if there's a big storm coming, I'll unplug my PC from the
Mhm.
wall just in case. It's good to have those, just to kind of round out everything with some things that everyone grows up hearing that isn't necessarily maybe as dangerous as people wanted to believe back in the day.
Cool. All right, that's our topic for the day. We got to move on to our trivia question, what we wrap up with here on Met Chats now. For those of you who know, we do one last trivia question now. Each Met Chat, look into the leaderboard real quick. We have Matt with 3 points, we have CJ with 2, and Austin with 1. Matt, you're on the leaderboard for this one. But, all right, time for the question. Anyways, for those of you just joining us, kind of the first Met Chat, we ask a Price is Right question. The answer is a number. whoever has the number closest to the answer gets the point. If two are kind of closest, then they both get the point. It's kind of a tie, anyways. But anyways, let's get to the question, shall we? I actually made this last week, so this also has to deal with tropical season and hurricanes. I promise. Next week, I'll make it more about local Arklatex weather. But I found another interesting statistic to share with you all on our Met Chat here for our trivia question. All right, so our trivia question is very simple. Obviously, we're tail ending the tropical season again. It's November. Usually, nothing happens in this month. In fact, in all of history, anywhere in the Atlantic Ocean, how many major hurricanes have there been recorded in the month of November? How many major hurricanes anywhere in all of history? It's a Cat 3 to a Cat 5 in the Atlantic Ocean throughout all of history. How many ever have been recorded in November?
Okay, well, should I start?
If you want to guess first, if you already have an answer, it's like our.
I'm just gonna throw out there and say 8.
Okay. Just so you know, all three of our guesses last week were over.
Are you hinting at
Yeah,
something?
that's what I'm struggling with. That chose my answer.
Oh no.
I mean, you can go Prices Right it and go one up or one down on them if you want.
I'm gonna err on this. I'm gonna err large again and go like 11.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I was thinking 10 the whole time.
All right.
We're
You're
all
thinking
right
10
there.
the whole time, CJ. Oh boy, you're all right there. The correct answer is 11.
Oh,
congratulations!
Man.
He's right on the money as
no
well.
longer the caboose.
Austin is now caught up with CJ. He's got 2 points.
Nice.
Man, that's great.
The
But
Cinderella
yeah,
story begins now.
That's the first time as well, I think, that we've had somebody literally right on the number. Exactly. Yeah. That's really cool, though. Man. But yeah, 11. Really intriguing to pull that statistic around. So, yeah. All right, anyways, yeah, Austin and CJ are now at 2. Matt, you're still the solo leader. You get to still have your throne for another week.
For another week.
Solo throne. Anyways, thanks for joining us for myth busting some things. Just a quick preview, actually, to next week's Met Chat. I think we're going to start talking about cold weather, guys. It's on the way next week. We're going to start previewing some of that, maybe some tips to help you out for the winter season. Reminders, good to get your brain back and thinking on it. Anyways, thanks for joining us on the Met Chat. Yeah, we'll see you again here next week. Goodbye. Have a great rest of your Friday and weekend. Peace out.
All right, welcome back to the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown. I forgot to unmute myself right there, so welcome back. Happy Friday once again. Uh, that was definitely a pretty fun, one of the funnest, if that's not a word, one of the most fun I've had on one of our Met chats that we've done because we just simply talked about just displayed our knowledge here on this platform and just talked about some myths that some people may say and try to debunk them and prove why they're wrong. And that was pretty quick that I had with the little tube, the paper towel holder. That was pretty quick of me to think. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I pretty much found it right next to me. I was like, oh, I could use this to explain, and I explained it. So yeah, whatever we said in that video, please make sure to do them first of all, and because we're here for your safety, of course, and we do not want you to be listening to any of the myths that we have tried to debunk. But anyways, just to give an overview of the forecast, we're expecting calm and quiet conditions through this weekend, through most of this weekend, actually. We have some slight rain chances by Sunday afternoon, but it shouldn't be too bad. Similar to how the cold front will be, the main story of the cold front will be the cooler air that we can expect just afterwards. And it seems to be a little bit of a delay with the cooler air that's on the way for us. And the front will be moving through Monday afternoon, possibly into Monday night, but we won't be receiving the effects of this cooler air until Wednesday or Thursday. Highs will be in the 60s as according to the forecast on Wednesday, and into the upper 50s for our Thursday. And if you've noticed, those were our lows for the past few nights, or the past few nights before the couple of cold fronts, the weak cold fronts that have been moving through here. And lows will be in the 30s. So you'll definitely want to bring that big coat or the jacket out every time you'll want to be going to school or work for the next couple of days or so after the front moves through, especially through the rest of the next work week coming up. But if you enjoyed that Met Chat, make sure to send us any topics that you want us to discuss here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown, and we will discuss them here on the show in one of our Met Chats, and we'll give you more content to see. Now, if you did like that, you can send us an email at weatherbreakdown at ksla.com, excuse me, or you can message any one of us on Facebook. You can message the KSLA page. You can message the First Alert Weather Team page on Facebook. You can message meteorologist Evan Thomason, Austin Evans, meteorologist Matt Jones, and C.J. Cartledge on Facebook for any ideas that you may have. You can also join us on weekdays streaming at 10:30 a.m. where we'll have more for you on our forecast and what's going on here at KSLA, as well as the many ideas and fun things that we have to do on the podcast. But for now, I will leave you guys with that. You make sure you guys have a great rest of your Friday. We're expecting comfortable and quiet conditions through the rest of your day. And if you haven't gone outside already, make sure to go outside for at least 5 minutes today. Get some vitamin D from the sun here, which will be showing throughout the rest of the day today. Also, there's a full moon tonight, actually, that reached its perigee, which is its biggest and brightest in the sky this morning. You could also see it through the night tonight and eventually on Saturday night as well before it starts to wane, as they may say. Start turning to a waning gibbous and rather than a full moon. So make sure to get out and see that spectacle outside. There's make sure to, well, you can see it in the city lights though. I was thinking of the aurora where you can't see them in like more urban areas, but you can see the moon in the within the city limits in an urban area. So yes, definitely make sure to get out and enjoy that. Make sure to have a great rest of your Friday once again, and have a great weekend. I'll be on through the weekend once again at all the shows for sure. I'll be back on this Saturday and Sunday. Make sure to tune in and stay first aware and first alert to the latest updates on our next cold front. But for now, see you guys later.